I want to share with you something about how visually impaired students study or like manage their life in like a appropriate way. So usually normal people like they just like read and write in a simple way, like using their eyes, for example using smartphone and working or reading and writing. It is very simple for them because usually we find like books and magazines everywhere, but for blind people it is not like the way. It is totally different because like the materials that we use, it is not like given everywhere. So there are ways of study. The first thing is Braille books. Braille, it's a way of writing and reading. It is totally different than normal way. We have as a character 6 points, and each point designed a Braille character. So I have here an example. It is a book that I have printed in English. It is a book from the Economist journal, and I wanted to share with you how like Braille character help blind people to read. So I want you to have a look. So let's starting and changing the book between you, and then I will give you some like how we could read this. It's not like something like simple to study. You have like to take time to make your fingers like attached with it, and after that you will be able to read and write. And for writing there are two possibilities, like to write using like material. It's very expensive, or using your fingers, but it is an old way of writing. So that's a big point. Like for you, it is so simple to find books, and don't waste this, because blind people, it is not like it is not simple to find a book to read it. So for me, when I want to print this, it costs me very expensive to find someone who print for me this book. It is not like simple. I go to the library and I find like a book that I could buy it in like 20 dirhams or something. And the books in Braille, it's very big. It is not like one book. It is for 6 episodes. If, for example, one page in a normal way, it is on 3 or 4 pages in Braille. So it is for you a big chance to have like eyes, and you are able to read in a simple way. And this is like a big chance. So please give me the book. I'm going to like show you how it like the characters are. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
So for example, we have 6 characters. For example, let's take a look here. It is yes. It is for example this first one. We have, for example, 3 characters, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. And each, for example, S, it is not 1, 2, 3, and 4. And with your finger you should identify which word you have. For example, I'm going to read for you an example. I'm not so good at reading also, because it is not simple to find that kind of books. I'm just printed for improving my English. It's find like article with to start with the title. I don't want to start from the beginning. How America's police become so well armed. This is an article from the Economist journal. I want like I print this book because of English. I want like myself to get touched with like true and like fluent language. So for example, in May 2015, Barack Obama buried the federal government from providing some military equipment. So American police departments, the extraordinary arsenal maintained by some departments, which includes body armor. Powerful weapons and armed vehicles had become highly visible over the previous years. So this is like a short sentence, but in the Braille book it takes a long space. It's not like for you. It is so simple to read using the eyes, like in a sentence. For a Braille book, it is not as easy as the normal way. Other thing that I wanted to share, Braille materials, it exists some materials that we could read, like with Bluetooth. We could, for example, read a PDF book, with plug-in the material with like a smartphone or a laptop, and it works very well. And some like blind people, they are able to use, for example, smartphones, tablets, and they are good at like programs, for example, Python or like a JavaScript or audio editing. Me too. I am I have learned audio editing and I have made a podcast. So for me, I want to share with you, for example, how like a smartphone works for blind people. It is like spell like the words as it is like in the like also by hearing. For example, let's hear how like what time it is for now. It is
Characters, language, English, 1709.
This is 1709, and I could also like work in a normal like surfing the internet, reading. For example, I could like scan like a paper and read it for me, or like money. There are some apps for reading money for blind people. Just bring, for example, money. If you have some example, like 200. I want to show you how we could read it.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you very much for giving me the time to share. It is only a message for you that please use your eyes as much as you can, because you have like a big chance to have it, because it is for you. It's simple to have a book and to read and to scan like your eyes, to know money and to go in the street and so on. And thank you very much.